And welcome back to a new episode of WBO Jabs. I'm your host, WBO President Gustavo Olivieri, accompanied by former president, mentor, friend, colleague, advisor, and brother counsel, Paco Alcalcel. Paco, what's up?
Everything is fine, you know.
How you been?
Little busy at home. A little busy golfing.
How's the golf?
But I'm better than ever. Yeah. Better than ever. I still making money in the golf course every Saturday.
You're playing twice, Wednesday and Saturday.
Wednesday and Saturday. I want to play Tuesday or Thursday.
You're going to increase the games?
I don't know.
Or you're going to switch the days?
I need more pills, painkillers.
Yeah, you wear the RoboCop gear.
I got brace here, everywhere. But I am still making money. I'm still playing in the low 80s.
Okay, that's good. How's the family? Everything okay?
Everything is fine. Watching TV, fight on TV. You're gonna now travel more and more.
Oh my God,
more.
I was
once
in Mexico.
In a while. I can be with you, but no, not that often.
And talking about traveling, Paco, let's jump right into it. This weekend we're traveling together. We're gonna see two of the most anticipated rematches in boxing. For the WBO Junior Lightweight Championship, Emmanuel Vaquero Navarrete against Oscar Valdez in the main event, Top Rank Show, ESPN, and also the co-main, Rafael El Divino Espinoza, featherweight champion against Robeisy-Ramirez. Wow, Paco. Give me your thoughts, impressions, comments. Those two highly anticipated rematches.
The best rematch you can have the whole year, okay? And the next year. I'm on the light heavyweights.
Beterbiev-Bivol.
And the heavyweights.
Usyk Fury.
These two rematch are
right there at the top.
Very close to that level. Very close to that level. Anyway, we're going to be in Phoenix.
Yep.
It's
my first time in Phoenix.
Yeah, but you will enjoy Phoenix.
How's the weather?
I gotta be very good during the day. 70 something. During the night,
chilly?
In the 40s, yeah. But that means that we have to stay at the hotel. We don't have too much time to spend outside.
Okay.
Anyway, you will like Phoenix. A lot of Mexican.
Yeah.
Valdez or the other is...
Valdez is from Nogales.
Nogales.
Which is, very nearby Phoenix.
Nogales is in the border.
The border,
with Tucson.
Tucson. And Navarrete, he's from a city,
somewhere,
Tecatepec, something like that.
But let me tell you, that Mexican territory, what that means, that any Mexican fighting there will be the round of applause from the fans.
Paco, I think you were the supervisor when Romero against Tapia in Arizona.
Tapia Romero, Vegas.
Oh, in Vegas.
Vegas,
but
yes.
Tapia fought
the
also.
bad and the good.
Okay.
Tapia passed away. He was our champion.
May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And Teresa, his wife, sent regards to Teresa. But I remember that. But now we have two rematch, you will work with Navarrete. I will work with
Robeisy. Paco
I was the supervisor for the first.
Oh my God! Let's talk about. Let's start with your fight, Paco.
In Pembroke.
In Miami, we're a dramatic fight.
Pembroke
Pines in Florida.
Yeah.
Paco, what does your experience tell you about rematches of this nature?
Replays
of their first fight.
The first fight. But anything can happen in a rematch. For example, they got, if you see the odds, now they got Robeisy.
Robeisy's favorite on the bookies,
but
Paco.
that will be.
It's like 2-1, something like that.
Yeah, but we'll be closer later.
During fight week?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you ask me, 6-5.
Robeisy?
No.
Espinoza?
Because they are fighting, it's a pick and fight. They are fighting in Phoenix. That's a Mexican extension.
Got you.
Mexico extension.
Okay.
It's very close, a lot of Mexican. That means a lot. When you are fighting and you got the fans behind you, that will be the difference. But that's a pick and fight.
And what do you think?
Anybody can win that fight. But the little difference could be the
territory where the fight takes
arena
place.
For El Divino, who is very inspired. But they didn't. Beltran, his promoter, he didn't want the fight.
Yeah, the Divino told me. Yeah, the Divino told me. He said,
Divino
Beltran, I want to fight Robeisy the rematch. I want to give him the rematch.
Divino wanted to fight, but Beltran, his promoter, he didn't want that fight. And I don't blame him. Because Robesi, after the knockout, that knockout in Miami, when Teo fought there.
Claggett, yeah.
Oh, man, that was the best knockout.
Robesi has the skills, he has the experience, he's got the heart, the will, the determination.
Tremendous fighter.
He wants to get the title back. Whereas Espinoza, Espinoza is coming off a sensational knockout against Chirino Sanchez, another Mexican in La Vega. Divino's tall, rangy, the heart, the jab. Oh man!
When you got a medalist in the Olympics,
yeah,
you mean
two
something.
time.
You mean something, and he's very smart in.
But what do you think, Paco? What does Robesi needs to do to change his strategize in the rematch?
I don't know. I don't know because they're going to fight in the same way. He tried to box the other.
So it's going to be
closer.
round 13?
Espinoza had to keep him out
at distance
with the jab because he got a good jab. Robesi had to go inside. Hit him in the body just to stop him a little because Espinoza can move. But Espinoza can put pressure on him and keep him out using his jab.
So most probably, Paco, more likely than not, the rematch is a repetition of the first fight?
Could be a repetition, but remember he got an ankle in the fourth round.
Yeah.
He was injured in the fourth round, and the fight was close to be stopped after that round.
Very dramatic.
And he stayed there fighting. When I went to the hotel,
I was with you. I was there.
We were there, entered at the DoubleTree in Miami, Hilton DoubleTree. I remember he cannot walk.
He was basically almost like in crunches.
Yeah, he cannot walk. He had to stay there.
What a heart by Espinoza.
Yeah.
Paco.
But the other rematch,
Valdez
now is much better fight.
Tell me about Valdez and Navarrete. Valdez is coming out of a impressive victory by TKO against Liam Wilson, who also fought Navarrete, almost knocked him out. Navarrete is coming off a loss by split decision against Baranchek at 135. We're going to terminate now the interim. Give me your impressions about Valdez and Navarrete, the rematch.
Style make fights. Style make fights.
Yeah.
Okay? That means that they're going to fight in the same way. Valdez will...
Toe-to-toe?
Pushing.
Forward.
Pressure. Navarrete is there, hitting, moving, throwing punches from any...
Every
you don't
angle.
know where the punch come from.
That is true.
When he's fighting.
Navarrete.
What that means that they're going to have the same fight. Could be better fight because... How you said, Valdez, he got a great fight against the
highly
Aussie,
motivated Liam Wilson
against the Aussie who fought, who put Vaquero down
in trouble. He
was close to beat Vaquero, and he beat him, convincingly. But Vaquero come from a tough, one of the ugliest fights I saw.
That wasn't his best performance
because he cannot. If you put Vaquero against somebody who can box. He's gonna have.
He doesn't. He won't. He's
gonna be in deep water.
Yeah, that's why you make style makes fights, Paco. Like you mentioned.
Fight, yeah. But now you have two guys who are gonna be fighting each other. That will be a war since the first round.
So it's like the saying goes: you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
No, man. You got two bueyes.
Go at it, toe to toe, toe to toe.
Two old bulls,
clashing.
You can change that.
Yeah,
no way you can change that. They're going to fight the same way no matter what.
So we're going to be there in Arizona. We'll leave on Thursday. It's a long trip, but highly anticipated. Two of the best rematches of the year. And talking about rematches, Paco, behind me.
Oh, man.
Riyadh season.
Your Excellency.
Yeah. Yesterday, His Excellency announced officially Beterbiev-Bivol, the rematch.
Another
next year, February 22nd. The first fight was tremendous. It was a little bit controversial. One of the scores, which was 116, 112. I had it 115, 113.
Well, very close.
7-5 fight. Great fight. The undisputed again. Beterbiev undisputed, defending his undisputed championship against.
But I saw Beterbiev
winning I saw Beterbiev as well. So in the undercard, we have Parker, interim champion, fighting Dubois, IBF champion. Let's see what the committee will rule there. Probably the title will be vacated once Joseph
but
Parker
we can allow
enters the
him
ring.
to enter with the
Absolutely,
as
and be
interim
announced.
champion, but
Correct,
then
yes.
he have to be a contender.
Sure, he's got to be a contender
Yeah.
rated in the IBF
Yeah,
as
because
well.
we don't unify with
With an interim champion,
and
correct.
also IBF don't unify
No,
with WBC.
we have
or
very
WBA.
strict policies in
Yeah.
that regard.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
But we allow him to enter with
Absolutely, and
as an interim
recognize him. Yeah, sure. We also have Joshua Buatsi, interim champion, light heavyweight, which we authorized that interim because Beterbiev was inactive and was suffering an injury in I believe, his chin. And Buatsi's fighting Callum Smith, who is coming off a win last Saturday in the Sonny Edwards.
But I like Buatsi.
The fight,
I like that fight. I like Buatsi again.
Buatsi against Callum Smith. That's a good fight.
Yeah, but I like Buatsi.
Buatsi?
He got more in papers, he must beat the.
But it's a good card. You got Buatsi-Smith, Parker, Dubois, Beterbiev-Bivol, Shakur Schofield, Madrimov against Virgil Ortiz. Oof, tremendous card. So my respects to His
Excellency. Let's see what happened with Virgil Ortiz,
Yeah.
Hope he cannot get injured.
Let's see.
But he's a great fighter.
Madrimov can also fight and box. Let's see.
In papers.
Virgil is more, stand up, toe-to-toe type of fight.
In papers, Madrimov is a
Tough cookie, Paco.
tough.
He gave
In papers.
He gave Bud Crawford. He gave Crawford some problems.
But let me tell you, in papers, 5-3, 5-2.
To Madrimov? Oof. Well, let's see.
To me.
Yeah. Other WBO fights that have been announced, Paco. We ordered the mandatory for Fundora, which was Crawford. Crawford's waiting for Canelo. Let's see
Oh,
what happens
man, my
there.
friend, Terence.
Yeah.
Fought.
I heard that Crawford will be waiting until February to see because Canelo fights in May.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Fundora wants to fight Spence, Paco. TGB Promotions, through our friend, their attorney, Phil Weiss, came to the convention during the ratings committee session, which I was presiding, and he raised the arguments as to whether the ratings committee could rank Spence and also allow him to fight Fundora. You need to be rated to fight for the title. Fundora is the WBO 154 champion. I told him that he had valid arguments, but the committee had to consider his arguments.
And we have to be consistent.
And we have to be consistent.
We did that with Sue.
With Sue when he
they
wanted to fight Thurman. So the committee ruled that we won't sanction Spence Fundora because Spence is not rated in the WBO 154.
But he keep his title.
Yeah,
he can
sure.
fight. He keep his title, but he get beat.
He loses the title.
But in that fight on papers, I like Fundora. Samson is too smart. Samson is
savvy,
a smart
business
guy.
savvy, yep.
He won't put Fundora against Spence if he I'm not sure that Fundora can beat him or knock him out.
But there were some boxing analysts criticizing the WBO as to whether we would or would not sanction the fight, and our ruling was based on specific facts. Spence has been inactive for almost 2 years.
He got beat before.
He's coming from a loss by TKO against Crawford.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Haven't fought for 2 years.
Hasn't fought in 154. Hasn't fought in over 2 years. So if we would allow that fight, we would have a bad precedent, Paco.
Yeah, we cannot change the rule for one champion.
If we open the door for that precedent, we would open the door for other
We have to be
fighters.
consistent, and to be consistent, and people will respect you.
Yeah.
And you have to respect the rules.
Correct. So if Fundora fights Spence, sanctioned by another sanctioning body, that fight, that would have implications from our standpoint that if Fundora loses, the title is vacant. Okay, for all the fans, followers, analysts, that's our ruling. We have to be consistent and enforce the rules properly. So
But that's a good fight for Fundora.
Yeah. The other thing, Paco,
on papers.
On paper. The other thing, Paco, that it's Chocolatito.
Oh.
Apparently fighting Cafu, the South African.
Yeah.
That probably is going to be the WBO mandatory.
In Nicaragua.
In Nicaragua, they're probably between February and March.
Tuto Zavala,
the promoter.
At Tutiquín, they will be with us in Arizona.
Oh, they're going to Arizona?
Yeah, because Bob's birthday.
Oh, Bob's birthday. Okay,
Uncle Bob's birthday.
I respect the Bob. I respect the legend.
We will be celebrating his 90-something.
Oh, wow.
90-something.
Wow.
And we're going to have a nice time with him there in Arizona.
No, we're going to...
Tuto will be there.
My birthday as well.
Oh, you too. And
birthday.
Joe Hernandez will be there.
3 birthday.
Man, Joe Hernandez. Oof.
Paco.
Joe, be prepared. You have to pay the ticket.
So Paco, we were talking about Cafu, who defeated Tanaka in a great fight, fighting Chocolatito, most probably. And Paco, what I heard, if Chocolatito wins, they want to unify Chocolatito against Bam. WBC, WBO.
Bam is something unique. I like that kid.
But you have the legend in the twilight of his career against the young star. And the rising star. And both are under the banner of Señor Honda.
Mr.
Taken,
Honda.
you know?
Yeah, but that good for boxing because Chocolatito is always a warrior.
A warrior.
When he's fighting, you know, he's toe-to-toe there. He's going to be fighting. And the South African
can fight. He's coming off
He beat Tanaka
in a great fight.
There in Japan.
We have that. We have also the Japanese 118 bantamweight Yoshiki Takei fighting the Thai kid. You said that you saw him, good fighter. Currently number 13 or number 12 in the ratings.
What about Juan Carlos and
I'm going to tell you, I was there in Mexico, Paco.
He can fight?
In Guadalajara.
I saw him fight one time, but
Cristian Chispa Medina.
Yeah.
Okay? Great fighter, toe-to-toe from Guadalajara. Barrero told me about him. Gustavo, you got to watch that kid. Juan Carlos has in boxers. I was there. Regional title. He won by TKO. Impressive. Sellout crowd in Guadalajara. He's very, very important. This kid, Paco, was developed through a boxing academy in Guadalajara. So he's a product from the amateurs through the transition of the pros and now to world title contention and sponsored by the local government. He's like a hometown kid, hometown hero. So he's currently number 1.
And he will be fighting?
He's going to be the mandatory for the winner of Takei and the Thai kid probably early next year. We have that. We have Olascuaga, who, you know, discharged his mandatory.
Who's going to fight Olascuaga?
I haven't heard who's going to fight Olascuaga there, but we have there Camacho.
Oh.
El Indio Camacho, currently not rated number 4 or number 5, I believe.
He was blessed. I love Camacho. He always prepared, but that Filipino man.
That could be an option for Olascuaga, Camacho.
Oh, Rene could be there around because
I'm going to tell you, Rene, currently rated number 2 in 108. The 108 has to do the mandatory. Shokichi Iwata.
Sí.
He's got to do the mandatory. Probably we'll have to see what the committee does because the number 1 requested the mandatory, but he hasn't faced rated opposition.
Classified fighter.
And you need to fight classified fighter to comply with one of the criteria of the rules for mandatory designation.
That means Rene could be fighting because he beat Astubilka.
Rene was number 6. Astubilka was number 11, number 12. Yeah. You know, so let's see. Probably Rene has more merits than number 1.
And Rene is a good fighter. He fought Bomba Gonzalez.
We have
guy. Yeah. Rene is 105. You know, he's fighting 108, but he's 105. But he can fight. He's always prepared because he's always in the gym. But that would be a good fight.
Yeah, it could be. So we have those fights.
Iwata can fight too.
Iwata can fight.
With Bomba, that was a very close fight. I was when the decision was announced. I got my
mixed feelings.
Yeah, no, wasn't. Yeah. That was a close fight. Very close fight.
We have that 108, 112, 115, 118, 122. Inoue fighting IBF WBO mandatory. Sam Goodman on Christmas Eve.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I will be in Tampa with my dad, who's 97. I will be golfing with my family, my kids, my grandkids, everybody. Sorry, boxing. No. I got to take a rest.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, I can't. It's a very important family day. But all the best to Onda-san, the promoters over there. Inoue, huge star over there. And Paco.
Kishon.
Keyshawn, that's 135. He's fighting Baranchek. He's going to be the mandatory probably in February.
But we have to go to New York.
We got to go to New York. Sander also fighting.
Sander will be fighting there.
I got a question for you. What's going to happen with Teo? Because Junior, he called you thinking it was me.
Yeah, he called you. I love Teo.
What happened?
I love Teo, man.
Oh, we ordered.
Senior and Teo Junior.
Before you start, we ordered Barboza-Catterall elimination for the mandatory of Teo. But you talk to Senior.
They want to fight. But the problem is you never know because Teo got a lawyer. Okay?
I hate lawyers. I'm a lawyer.
I don't like lawyers.
I hate lawyers.
I don't like lawyers. Okay, but anyway, Teo got a lawyer. They are negotiating Junior. Now they got Eddie Reynoso. That's good.
As a trainer.
That's good.
Wow.
You know, that good. Reynoso in that.
Father and Reynoso.
That will be better.
Let's
for
see how they
Tio.
mix.
Better for Tio. But let's see what happened because, you know, I love Tio Jr., the champion.
Great kid. Great kid.
He's a great kid. And Tio Sr., you know, he's very outspoken.
He's a character. He's a character.
Outspoken. He talked.
But a good guy.
Remember, he wanted to fight Crawford. One time he got a problem with Crawford. He got a problem with.
You were there.
With Berlanga after the fight because he said Berlanga gonna get beat and the other. But Junior is Junior, and I respect Junior a lot too because I respect everybody in boxing. But Junior is Junior. But now nobody knows what will happen. What will happen is that when we got the mandatory challenger, we have to order him.
We have to order.
Catterall Barboza is a great fight.
It's a great fight. And let me say
Barboza
something.
can fight.
Barboza tweeted that he wanted the fight to be an interim. We can't sanction interims just to do an interim.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Because if Teo get injured
or something happens, but we have to have a justified reason to do an interim, not just for the sake of doing interim championships.
No.
We have a strict policy, only interim championships under exceptional circumstances. Right now, those circumstances are not present. We don't know in the future, but Catterall Barboza, it's a great fight, Paco, number one and number two.
He's a great opponent for Teo. I don't know if Teo going to move up.
That's another thing. That's
another stuff. But the 147 will be fighting.
Brian Norman fighting Derek Cuevas early next year. He got injured. That's a voluntary. Thereafter, we have to determine the mandatory 147 because the current number one, Giyasov, is committed to fight the WBA guy at the strong guy.
I don't remember the guy.
I remember I don't remember his name.
Good fighter, but
very very strong guy.
That means that you need social media.
Yeah,
more social media.
That's 147.
But the thing is that Teo can move up to 147, and that opened the door for
Barboza-Catterall, sure. But we have to see. We have 154. Sanders waiting.
Yeah, Sanders waiting 154.
And 160. Janibek. We ordered Sheraz. Oh, that's another thing, Paco. People were giving us props because we took Sheraz out.
Yeah.
Sheraz was the mandatory. We ordered the fight. And we got a letter from...
They decided to fight
he's going to fight Carlos Adames.
Yeah.
So he withdrew from his...
And I don't blame him.
I don't blame him. So we had to put him out.
I don't blame him. He fight in 160. He fight in 160?
In 160, yeah.
If he fight Janibek, he's another...
Janibek is a tough cookie.
Tough cookie. But Sander, hope Sander can fight for the title early next year.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens with Crawford, Canelo, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sander is a great kid. I love Sander.
That's
very mature guy, 22 years, but very mature.
Exceptional guy.
Peter Kahn.
Peter Kahn. Regards to Peter. We'll see
his trainer, the family of Sander. Yeah. I love all that guys.
He's going to be in the Christmas fest with us.
Yeah. Also, Fundora will be fighting. If Fundora Sander is a great fight.
That's a great fight. Yeah.
It's a tough fight for Sander.
Yeah.
Because Fundora can punch.
But it's the opportunity for Sander.
But he's got the opportunity. You have to
fight. That's in 154, 160 Janibek, 168 we're waiting on Canelo, 175 Beterbiev-Bivol the rematch.
Oh, great.
The cruiserweights, Paco. Ramirez looked tremendous. You guys talked
like
about
Zuldo.
that the last...
I like Zuldo. He will be, probably because he lives close to there.
We'll see him in Arizona?
Probably. He will be there.
But you know something, Paco? His Excellency, he wants to do Zuldo against the IBF. Opetaya.
Oh,
that's a great fight.
I saw him against the Brady's.
We were there. We were there.
Yeah, that was one of the best fights I haven't seen in my life in the cruiserweight.
Yeah. So if that happens, we're going to support that fight, the unification, which takes precedence over the mandatory. And finally, we have the heavyweights. Usyk Fury, are you coming with me?
No, sorry. Enjoy
December.
Enjoy Riyadh. I've been in Riyadh one time. I'm going to be in Tampa. Golfing, nice weather.
I'll call you from there.
Lechon asado. Roasted pig. I love it.
So I'm going to go to Saudi. So that's what we have, Paco. And to close the show, we have a show this weekend, December 7th. We're going to be in Arizona.
Paro Hitchins.
You've always talked about Hitchins.
I like... Very tough cookie for Paro, but Paro, Paro is the champion.
Yeah.
He got the shin.
Yeah.
He can box. He can put pressure on Hitchins, but Hitchins is a tough cookie. Yeah. Hope, my brother Angelo, who will be in Puerto Rico.
Tomorrow.
My
we'll take
brother
him to dinner.
Angelo from Australia, my Aussie brother. He will be here. with
and Brian Peters,
Brian
the
Peters will be
co-manager,
here too,
manager of Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor.
Great guy. Yeah.
Okay, they will be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We have to invite both guys to have
dinner,
dinner.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
both guys. Hope he can be lucky and win that fight. But we're going to have Yanquiel
and the Mexican, and also Moncho Lebron
Stephanie.
against Pitufo.
Stephanie.
No, Stephanie's not defending the title, Paco.
But he's fighting, but he will be the fight.
She's fighting, but it's going to be a non-title.
I want to see her
Yeah,
fighting.
no, we got to support her. But I told the promoter, hey, you got to defend the title. The rules are the rules. If you don't defend the title, we got to strip you.
From Ponce to Bayamón.
Yeah, correct. So
don't worry.
So we're gonna see the show probably, Paco.
But
we're
I want
gonna
to
watch
see
it on the phone.
I want to see what Yanquiel against the guy who is
against the
undefeated.
Mexican, 14-0. Yanquiel is moving up. Moncho fighting against Pitufo. It's a great show by Matchroom.
Moncho for local Puerto Ricans. Moncho, Pitufo is recognized. He got more recognition.
Yeah.
But Moncho can fight. But Pitufo, he got more experience, better opposition.
Sure.
Let's see what happens. That would be interesting if Pitufo can make
Pressure.
put
Put pressure
on Moncho.
It could be a long night. Or if Moncho boxes.
Could be tough for Moncho. But if Moncho can box and move and hit Pitufo, he can box better than Pitufo.
So let's see what happens. It's a great show. More boxing opportunities for local fighters here. We wish Eddie Hearn all the best and the fighters and our champions.
We're gonna have another podcast.
We're gonna have another podcast.
Two more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
but that means Eddie will be in Puerto Rico.
Eddie will be in Puerto Rico. I gotta check if he's already here because they have a presser tomorrow. Let's see. We can invite Eddie as well.
We can invite.
So
Eddie
Paco, what's your social? So we can close the show. You have social media? You're still tweeting?
Nah, Paco Val arroba. Paco Val at WO Boxing.
Okay, so we want to thank all the followers. You can find this podcast on YouTube, World Boxing Organization on YouTube, our social media, and our platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, WBOboxing.com.
But remember, in my Twitter, my ex, I'm a politician too, I'm against the leftists.
So, Paco, let's close the show with you're righty, right? Righty?
Yeah.
Right? So this is your jab.
Come
You're
on.
righty.
1, 2, 3.
WBO Jabs. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next episode.